sermon title today is very appropriate because it is the outward sign of what Valentine's Day is all about. So my talk today is entitled Kisses, Hugs, and Smiles. It's an appropriate title for Valentine's Day, isn't it? Of course it is, yeah. And some of you have already received some kisses as you came in. That's Hershey Kisses for whoever would like them. And for those who are not chocolate lovers, we also have mints. So hugs, yeah, they're always available in our church because we are a hugging bunch of people. And as regards smiles, yep, get plenty of them in our church as well. But there's a lot more that can be said about kisses, hugs, and smiles, and I'm going to be talking about that in just a little while. You know, I tried to find kisses, hugs, and smiles in the Bible, and there are some references to kisses here and there, yes, but no references whatever to smiles or hugs. They're not there in the Bible. But there were many, many references to joy, to God's love, and their feeling of uplift, knowing about God's love. Like in Psalm 5:11, let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy, because thou defendest them. Joy, because we're defended. Yeah. 1 Chronicles 16:27 says this, glory and honor are in his presence, strength and gladness are in his place. And Nehemiah 8:10, and it virtually shouts out, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Beautiful. And these people felt what they were saying. It wasn't just a bunch of words. They felt this. And there are lots of quotes like this. I just picked out a very few. But they link joy and gladness with God. It's almost impossible to read these passages and understand them, understand what they are saying, and not be uplifted. Not find yourself smiling. Because they're saying, I trust God and I know that he's going to take care of it all. He's going to defend me. That's something to feel so good about. As we remember that God is always in this place, right here, right now. In his presence, we exist. Then when we talk about his presence, well, it's the whole idea is filled with an idea of gladness. Good is here because God is here. We have a sense that, the direction that I'm going in is divinely inspired. And I have a feeling of inner strength and purpose. And it will unfold in a way that God will use me to bring greater light, greater understanding, greater joy to right where I am. So that's what these passages suggest. And they're uplifting. Just remembering these truths give us access to that source of strength and peace that's already within us and around us, but we forget. We forget it. And these days, there are precious few people who have not heard of the mind-body connection. Simply put, that every single thought has an effect on the body, one way or another. Every single thought. We know that when we make a real effort to begin to think positively, and we emphasize that in this place, there's a beneficial change in the body. There's a beneficial change in our experiences with other people. Now, what we sometimes forget with this body-mind connection is that it's a two-way street. Not only does thought affect the body, the opposite is true. The body affects thoughts and feelings. Yeah, that's going on. Now, in honor of this day, I'm going to talk about God's handiwork in us. He loved us so much that he created a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual makeup that is the most amazingly complex thing. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. The sermon title is Kisses, Hugs, and Smiles. And so I'm going to start with smiles. Talk about that. Now, there are plenty times when, in the course of the day or a week or something like that, when you might be feeling just a little down, or you're just feeling kind of so-so, je ne sais quoi, not bad, not good. When you feel that way, put on a happy face, like the song says. Put on a happy face. Start smiling. Seriously, even if it's hard. Even if you're, do it anyway. Put on a happy face. Smile. Because smiling will change how you feel. Now, I didn't realize this. It is possible, as wild as it sounds. It is absolutely possible because there are neurotransmitters in your brain called endorphins. And we release those endorphins when we smile. The movements of the muscles in our faces release powerful chemicals into the bloodstream. Endorphins, they make us feel happy. They lower our stress levels. Smile. Yeah, even if you have to fake it, smile, because if it's just showing your teeth, that's okay too. But try it as you move those muscles around your face, because it works. You begin to feel the effect of the endorphins that are going into your bloodstream. We're reminded of the old adage, fake it until you make it. Start out with a and then it begins to feel like a smile within you and all around you. Keep smiling, even, maybe especially, when you feel stressed. After the endorphins start circulating in your system, you're going to feel happier. You're going to feel more relaxed, more positive, with a greater sense of well-being. When endorphins and serotonin, which is another beneficial brain chemical, are present, the stress hormone, which is called cortisol, is reduced. It goes down, so you feel less anxious. You overcome that anxiety when you just lift up the corners of your mouth. Cortisol is something you do not want in your system because it's a hormone that's responsible for stress, for high blood pressure, sometimes even heart disease. Who wants that? Nobody. If you are in pain, smile. If you are in pain, smile anyway, because endorphins are the body's natural pain killers. Laughing and smiling are very effective ways to manage pain. I didn't know that. Isn't that wonderful? Smile and you'll feel better. Your headache, whatever. Smiling boosts your immune system. It lowers your blood pressure. And it makes you more resilient to stressful situations. It makes you happier. It makes you healthier. Smiles. Please keep on smiling. And smiles are contagious. You smile at somebody else and they're going to smile back at you. And what happens? People want to be around you. People are attracted to you because you're smiling at them and then they're smiling back, makes them feel better because they're smiling. Smiles improve relationships with your spouse, your partner, your significant other, friends, children, co-workers, neighbors, everybody. Everybody. Relationships are blessed when you keep that smile on your face. Paramhansa Yogananda, who was probably one of the earliest Hindu masters who came to the United States and taught here, 40s and 50s, said, "Let my soul smile through my heart and my heart smile through my eyes, that I may scatter rich smiles in sad hearts." It's a lovely thing. Now, we all know that smile muscles are the muscles that pull up the corners of our of our mouths. That's what you might call a social smile. It's a nice, in social situations that's what you try to do. But if you use the muscles at the top of your cheeks and the squint muscles around your eyes as well, as though you were squinting, this produces the most powerful brain response of all, creating those endorphins. In other words, the more muscles you use, the bigger the flow of endorphins in your body. Oh, the better you feel. Studies have shown, actually, that surprisingly, there is a link between this most authentic, this most joyful type of smile to success in the business world. People who smile with their whole faces are successful. And that just makes sense, doesn't it? Even at the beginning, when someone goes for a job interview, and they are smiling and relaxed, they make so much better an impression on a prospective employer than somebody who's very solemn or frightened, or anxious, uptight. So, whatever the occasion, keep smiling. You're blessing yourself. You're blessing everybody around you. An unknown author once wrote this: too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around. Yeah, a touch, a smile, a kind word. So many of the same physical and mental responses that occur when we smile also occur when we touch somebody, when we hug somebody. Hugs, again, stimulate the release of oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. All those are released in the brain. And people who, for instance, experience loneliness or depression have low levels of serotonin. So we want to lift those levels of serotonin. Hugs help to alleviate loneliness and depression because they release these endorphins into our bloodstream. Oxytocin is another neurotransmitter, and it's one that produces feelings of contentment and reduces anxiety and stress. Dopamine is responsible for motivating us, or getting us out of our ruts and prompting us to move ahead. Hugs stimulate the production of all these valuable brain chemicals, and they are so much fun. They feel so good. Hugs also lower your heart rate. They enhance your immune system and the parasympathetic balance in the body. All sorts of additional blessings. Hugging your family, hugging your friends, hugging your pet, that dear pet of yours at home. They're all wonderfully beneficial. They help you. Babies and children who are well hugged suffer less stress as adults. And even when you hug your teddy bear, it's a benefit. That little soft teddy bear is a blessing. At Christmas, when we collect stuffed animals for children who are in need, we're helping them on a lot more levels than we think we are, don't we? Even a teddy bear. Leo Buscaglia, the physician author, has written, "Everybody needs a hug. It changes your metabolism." He was getting right down to brass tacks, and he was right. A hug changes everything for the better. And finally, kissing. That's fun too. You won't be surprised. It's the same old, same old. Kissing has so many of the same effects as hugging and smiling. It reduces blood pressure, helps pain. If you have cramps or a headache, helps that. Stimulates the production of serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, boosts self-esteem. It stimulates the immune system. It increases the endorphins in the body. It helps you to relax. Wow. Same old. Hugs, kisses, smiles. They're sort of all bunched together. They're all so valuable. Who would have thought that these simple acts could affect us in such a profoundly positive way? But allow yourself to be in awe of the creator of this amazing system, this body-mind structure that is so complex and so wonderful. It's said that the most complex structure or creation in the universe is the 3 pounds of gray matter that exists between our ears. It's not black holes. It's not the vastness of the universe. It's not the existence of light and its various effects. It's not the multitude of subatomic particles in the atom that are so amazing and complex. It is the human body and how it affects, the human brain and how it affects the body. Awesome. It's incredible. And the creator of this system is incredible beyond imagination. Let yourself, for a moment also, muse on how much more complex, how much more beautiful and powerful is the non-physical, eternal part of us that God made in His image. Our souls, our Christ nature. Wow. How can we not have faith in this majestic, creative force that loves each one of us as though we were His only creation? How can we? How can we not trust Him? The magnificent balance, the intricate, multifaceted interaction of matter and energy, of life and eternity, of love and power. That's what God is, a mystery, a majesty. So much more than we can ever wrap our brains around, not when we're walking around in a physical world. The psalmist wrote in chapter 97, verse 1, "The Lord reigneth, let the earth rejoice." And this Valentine's Day, let us rejoice that the Lord reigneth. The Lord of love reigns forever. Shall we bow our heads? And how about smiling? The wonderful, amazing, profound things that happen when we use the muscles of our face, the tops of our cheeks and our eyes, around our eyes. And moment after moment we feel better and better, happier, freer, as we are ever more cognizant of the miracles that take place within us, the miracles that take place around us, the miracles that await us. All good. For love given and received this day, for blessings, for good, for everything He has created us to be and are right now, for God who reigneth. We say thank you. Thank you. Amen.